All right, what's up, guys? We're just doing a quick little microphone check. Can you hear me? We've got some people signing in. We've got Ashik, we've got Josh, Paul, Sam. What's going on, guys? How are you? Checking in for the 80-20 analysis. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear my voice? Just testing the microphone now. Let me know. Now you can see and hear me, I think. Anyway, what's going on, guys? How are you? We've got the old Freedom background going on. Going to get started here in a second. I'm just setting up the presentation. This is actually kind of going to workshop some stuff here today. I'm really stoked about it. We're going to go through, some 80-20 analysis, and it is like a presentation. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go through it together, how to find hidden money in your business. That's what it's all about this morning. Pretty damn excited. Yeah, I love the background too, Josh. Very excited. So, going to get started here. Let me bring up the presentation, get everything going. Welcome, SSM. So good to see you. So good to hang out. And, of course, bring your questions too. What's happening in your business? Let me know. What's going on with you? What's happening? Let me know in the little chat section. I love it. All right, we'll get set up here and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I'm about to share my screen, all right? So we're going to share my actual presentation screen and go into it right now. Well done, Campbell, by the way. We've got 3 sales, gone out every night, barely worked, business automation on point. Well, this is going to be interesting. The 80-20 for you is going to be very interesting. But let me start this presentation, all right? Let me know, can you just see this on the screen, this how to find hidden money in your business. I just want to do a little test. I haven't done this for a little while. So how to find hidden money in your business. Me with a stupid look on my face on stage in Vegas. That's it. Let me know you can see that and just that on your screen right now. Yep, cool. Yep, seen. All right, awesome. So I'm just going to go through the presentation like this. Welcome, guys. Good to see you. Tyler, Paul, Josh, Clay, everyone, Jose. We're all here. We're all ready to go. Okay, let's get this thing officially started because I've got so much to cover, so much to show you. I'm going to be going over. I'm going to be clicking things. I'm going to be showing you stuff inside my business that will relate to your business as well. We're going to get pretty technical. We're going to get high level. It's just awesome. 80-20. I'm really excited. So how to find hidden money in your business. That's what this presentation is all about. And how this come about and why I wanted to do this is because we have shared problems. You and me, you in SSM, me in, I guess, the same business, building land. We've got some common shared problems together. And I wanted to address them. I wanted to look at them. And I wanted to give you a fresh perspective on them with our 80-20 analysis. So the first thing is we all need more traffic, okay? I need more traffic. You need more traffic, okay? This is a big thing about our businesses is that it's the lifeblood of our business. It's the oxygen for our business, which is traffic, okay? Next one is we need more conversions, how to convert that traffic. I saw, for example, Nicholas over in the Facebook group. Nicholas had he's getting 6% conversions on his info, like 6% opt-ins, I should say, on his info product right now. He posted up in our awesome group. So conversions is really important too. If you move conversions, percentages, in the plus, obviously, if you get more percentage conversions, then that equals more money in the bank. We need a better sales funnel, okay? How's your sales funnel actually going? Do you have a legit, mapped out, proper sales funnel from start to finish, like from discovery when they see you, right through to product is delivered and they're super happy and they're referring more customers to you, or whatever your sales funnel wants to do. Needed to run as hands-off as possible. And it's funny, jumping on this call, we've got Campbell, Mr. World Traveler SSM man himself. What's up, Cam? He's running around the world and he's just made 3 sales and he's been going out, getting hammered and having a good time. And that's just showing up for him. So that's really, really cool. But these are our shared problems, right? Need to run as hands-off as possible and need to do it as inexpensive as possible, okay? That's really important too. No matter how much money you're bringing in, you still need to control and manage your expenses. That's extremely important. And then there's the ones that aren't talked about, all right? The stuff, this is all interesting, right? We need traffic, we need conversions, we need sales funnels, we need hands-off as possible, we need as inexpensive as possible. But there's also the stuff that isn't talked about, all right? What about the crippling self-doubt, okay, that we all have and we all get from time to time? Sometimes it lasts 20 minutes, sometimes it lasts 20 days, okay? But we all get it, the crippling self-doubt within our businesses. I mean, we're the number one person. It's our responsibility. We've got to control all the things within the business. What about the stress and overwhelm? This can get you too, all right? And, throw it up in the little chat box if you've felt these things before as well and you've had these things happen. Trouble focusing, okay? I know for me, I get this. It's just my personality. I always want to, do different things, try different things. I read a book and then I'm like, I want to implement that in my business. That's another thing. Paralyzed by choice, that's massive, okay? Again, having so much information coming at us. And I feel like right now, there's never been more information on how to run a business or how to do your business or how to strategies for your business. There's just so many choices. So it's like, what do you do first or what do you focus on? Or like when you wake up, do you know what's the thing that, that you should be doing? Okay. So these are all the things I want to address in today's little presentation. So it's good to see you on here. The first things are all those other stuff, right? The traffic, the conversions, the sales funnel, all that kind of technical stuff and the stuff that makes the cash register ring. That's what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about the not talked about stuff too, okay, and how we can kind of overcome this stuff. So, yeah, we're going back to basics and really hammering it, okay? So our goal here together, all right, if we're to retouch on why the hell we would do a thing like start a freedom business, okay, we want the freedom, all right? And another way to say freedom, which I've heard it, for example, and what inspired this talk was I was on a call with a mentor a few weeks ago. And this mentor, he's actually one of my very first guys to get me started in internet business. And he's got a number of things that he does. So he's got online businesses. He's also he's got investments. And that's the reason why we catch up now. He's showing me how to invest. So he's got investments and he's also got property. So he's a multi-million dollar guy, a guy that you just don't get access to. And one of the things that he said on the call was his whole goal, and to start with, was having pure weightlessness in life. And what he means by weightlessness is not worrying about like finances, not worrying about, waking up and not having things touch him. For example, he absolutely hates email and he hates, things touching him each day. He says, in my business, I check in at most once a week, and that would take him about 30 minutes, okay? That was his whole goal to start off with. So think about that. 30 minutes once a week is on his business side. That's all he does is check in. He gets a report handed to him or emailed to him. He looks at it, and then that's it. And he goes about his week, okay? So he said he didn't want things touching him every day. So weightlessness, pure weightlessness. And I guess the cool thing is, we see here in our community, people do have this freedom. People do have this business going. But it's good to see like the higher level guys too, right? The weightlessness. So that's our goal, and it's good to touch on that right now because that's what we're after, okay? That's why we're doing this. That's why we're on this call, and that's what, I've been workshopping for pretty much a lot of my life through my mentors and things as well, and that's what I want to bring to you. So to do this, I really felt like for me to set this up and to really go about this whole thing, a new environment was really important. And that's a picture of Hong Kong. And the importance of a new environment can't be stressed enough. I mean, right now, you're probably on the laptop, you're probably at home, you're probably in your old environment or the environment that you're just kind of used to. And that environment, like, just subconsciously kind of programs you to follow the same old path, the same old patterns, and the same old stuff. And it's really hard to break out of that and get into a new environment where you could be, kind of this weightlessness and have freedom and do the things that you want to do. A new environment kind of inspires this. So for me, what I did is a few weeks ago now, we all arranged to meet up in Hong Kong and Macau, okay? Me and a couple of other SSM heroes. And that new environment, I'll talk about this a bit later, was so key for me, and that's kind of what I want to bring to you here. So just picture yourself for a moment heading to a new environment like this, or like anywhere that you would love to go. You know what it's like. You jump on the plane, you're traveling, you've got that vibe of travel and adventure and like excitement and leaving the old world behind. So let's step into a new environment, even if it's just in this webinar for a second. And our new mission is to explore this 80-20 rule in your life and in your business, okay? Because it's been big for me, and it's something that definitely came up before I went out to Hong Kong and saw the boys. It was something that my mentor brought up, or one of my mentors, this guy worth, I think he's worth, he never tells me, but it's got to be in the hundreds of millions, I'm pretty sure, just looking at his lifestyle and everything. But this new mission of 80-20 was before I went to this new environment, before I went to Hong Kong, we had a call and he's like, look, I really think you need to 80-20 here because, we've got so much on, we've got so many projects, so many things happening, a lot of things that you don't see, okay? We've got like private clients that we're doing a lot of work for. So new environment, really important for me to go and do that and work out what's really important. And that's what I want to do with you on this webinar. I want to take you to this new environment. Well, we're sitting here now. We're live and we're going to go through this. And yeah, I want you to look at your business from the 80-20 perspective. So a little bit about 80-20. 80% of traffic, and I shared this in the group yesterday. Just think about this for a second. 80% of traffic is on only 20% of the roads. All right, so you've got all the roads out there, okay? Just think about in your city. Well, out of, all of the roads out there, 80% of the traffic is actually on 20% of the roads. That's just to put some, figures and stuff in perspective here. If you had a 10-bedroom house, okay, say you had a cool house like this, which should be the aspiration of all an entrepreneur / freedom business owner. How cool would this be, with the infinity pool, the beach? You can just see yourself sitting up there, looking out with your laptop, checking in once a week. That's what it's all about. But if you had a 10-bedroom house, you'd actually spend most of your time in 2 bedrooms of that house. Okay, and think about that from your business perspective. The results that you're getting in your business are directly, if we're thinking about 80-20, the results that you're getting now and that you will get in the future, the results you get are a result of only 20% of your efforts, okay? So if you really think about that, and Perry Marshall, who's got a book out at the moment, I actually found this just before I jumped on here. He says 80-20, says 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts, okay? And that just really resonated with me. It was like, okay, I can see in how my business, there's only really 20% of stuff that's delivering 80% of the results. And we're going to workshop that together with you and go deeper on that. So it's kind of like, all right, here's me jumping on a plane. It was actually a really shitty plane. This was in South Africa where we were jumping on. But I want you to let's go with me. Let's explore this. Let's pretend for now that we're going to meet up together and, we're jumping on the plane. we're about to meet up and we're going to look at all aspects of your life and business and just 80-20 them, okay? And then pour on the good stuff inside that 20% that's going to produce the 80% of results for you. Cool, so let's go, let's jump on. So here's a photo on the left, okay? That was when I just got into Hong Kong, into this new environment, and we'd met up at this cool little cafe. You can see my drink there looks kind of ugly actually, but there's Brian, Simon, and Matt, and we're actually sitting there. We're planning the Las Vegas event, funnily enough, that's coming up in, what is it, like 4 or 5 weeks or something? I cannot wait for that. That's, well, I guess that is the definition of new environment. But we caught up. So Brian there on the left, if you haven't seen him before, or you don't know who that guy is, he was, again, one of my earliest mentors. He's got quite a large business that he manages for 2 hours each day, and a large team that he manages through Asana, just using his mobile phone, actually. He'll literally, he's so lazy, he will just lay in bed and it'll be like, and he knows this too, all right? I'm not talking shit on him. He might even be on here watching, I'm not sure. But 2 hours in bed each day, checking in on his phone, checking in on the Asana task, and his outsourced team is doing the rest. He's really good. His specialty, I guess, would be traffic because he is, I guess he runs affiliate products and promotes other people's products. He's really good with that stuff. So he'll be sharing a lot of that insight in Vegas in his talk. Simon, he's here in Melbourne, actually. Absolute legend. We've actually only recently started hanging out a lot. Simon's running Slyletica, which is doing hundreds of thousands. And Simon's the guy in the white T-shirt, by the way. Brian's the guy with the backwards hat on the left. Simon there, he's doing hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month in revenue in his athletic wear business. So that's e-commerce store. So when we meet up in Vegas, he'll be going through all that, breaking down the whole thing, how it worked, how it started, and how he stumbled upon. It was a big 80-20 thing for him. Is he actually stumbled upon, like, he started the business like very haphazardly and discovered that, people wanted something different. And that was the 20% that really drove the 80% of results for him. And now big numbers, like he's chasing a $500,000 month at the moment. That's what he's up to. Big numbers, big dollars, and all selling like silly little leggings and activewear for women, all right? That's what it's all about, all right? And then we've got Matt. Don't need to talk about Matt too much because I already harp on about him. He's still like doing really great cold traffic. Most of his stuff's Facebook traffic, selling animated videos, absolutely crushing it. And he's in Vegas. He's going to be talking about. I think it's 4 key things that he did in his business to really increase his sales. Like, so there was 4 specific things that he did increase. But I put a little quote there. I think that the single best piece of advice: constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. Elon Musk. So us sitting here, and it's just, it's like any photo, right? Us sitting here, having a little coffee in a brand new environment, just throwing ideas around, throwing our concerns around, and also looking at 80-20 of our business is what we did on our trip. And that's what I want to go through and I want to talk to you about. I want to show you the results that came out of that, which were quite outstanding, and how you can apply it. But how important it is, that new environment. Look, here we are, we're just sitting there, sipping away, and nothing beats that kind of like that intimate environment to really get clarity and really get the things that you need. When we did this another time, like we were sitting around and one of the guys was like, I've got this rad tool that I just discovered. And we were like, holy shit, that's awesome. And it was great for traffic, for example. But anyway, let's keep moving along. Very, very cool. Actually, I just want to check in and see that you guys can still. Yeah, I was in full screen mode. You guys, the slide's not working. Can't see the pictures. Damn. Okay, guys, let me know what's going on there. We're in full screen mode and I was just going through. You couldn't see anything. Okay. Let me just see. 80% of this webinar shows 20% of the content. Love it. So So you couldn't see the slides. Okay. We just saw the first slide. Okay. That kind of sucks. Sorry about that, guys. It's working now. Okay, so you can actually see. Okay. Seems to be all good now. Okay. Just saw the first slide. All right. So let me go back and have a look. Okay. I'm just diagnosing what's going on with this. See the Elon Musk quote now. All right. Well, let me just quickly go back. So I'm guessing this was the first slide that you could see. And yeah, just don't go on full screen. Okay, I gotcha. Cool, so let me step through it quickly again. Sorry guys, I should have really checked in. On that earlier. Well, let me restart, but let me step through it again a little bit better. So our shared problems, which I said, and I spent so long designing these damn slides, geez. Our shared problems need more traffic, need more conversions, and that's what we're going to be getting into finally. Need a better sales funnel, need to run as hands-off as possible, and need to do as inexpensive as possible. Not talked about things, the crippling self-doubt, stress and overwhelm, trouble focusing, paralyzed by choice. What the hell do you do first? And this is, look at this. This is freedom and weightlessness. Better seeing images here than just hearing me ramble on about it all. All right, so this was my new environment picture and heading off to Hong Kong with the new mission of 80-20. All right, we're getting there. 80% of traffic is on 20% of roads, okay? If you had 10 bedrooms in your house, and damn, I was talking about this house and you guys must have just been like, what the hell is Tim on about? Damn, we must have been all freaking out here. I'm rambling on. If you had 10 bedrooms in your house, spend most of your time in 2. 80-20 says 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Let's go. Let's jump on the plane. All right, off we go. And then we're up to here, okay? The boys hanging out. So again, Brian on the left, Simon in the middle, Matt there on the right, and all of us, again, hanging out there in that new environment and throwing it around. We're sitting here across from each other virtually. I want you to pretend that we're all sort of hunched in here and we're all throwing our business ideas around and everything as well. And now I can actually see your messages on the right too. So what's up? Cool. So this is us here in that new environment. I mean, you can't really see, but we're on the 26th floor or something like that, okay, up there. Oh, it's actually more than that. And we've got this beautiful view of Hong Kong. Brian's got his laptop there. And we're literally just having breakfast, just like workshopping business. Like, I'm like, hey, man, this is the kind of problems I'm having in my business, or this is what I'm thinking. And he's like, yeah, well, what about this, that, and the other thing? And I'm like, yeah, cool. And we spent like days doing this, all right? We spent days kind of doing this kind of workshopping type sessions. And like, it was probably 4 days really that we workshopped. And here's Hong Kong. This was at one of the hotels. And, you know, it's a very inspiring kind of place. Like, there's so much money in Hong Kong where you just like, you soak up the wealth vibes. Like, your internal wealth thermometer just goes through the roof in somewhere like Hong Kong. We're sitting there. This was actually at the almost at the tallest point in the Southern Hemisphere, I think, up in the Ritz-Carlton. This is like, we're all sitting there and there's, you know, all those rich Chinese people in the background, and we're sitting there sipping a cognac, throwing our business ideas around, just really living the dream, but also living the business dream, and like soaking up that wealth, soaking up that environment, and 80-20ing our business with that whole the wealth vibes. And again, none of us have come from this kind of background, right? None of us are used to these views, this travel, this sort of like excitement, waking up each day. You know, I went to the gym, come down to breakfast, you know, like it's so much fun. You know, Paul's like, could that be me? I don't know. Well, that's what we're here to do, Paul. You know, it seems like another world, but this is the world that we want to introduce you to, that we want to get you to, all right? And that's what I think this 80-20 is going to really help you. So we sat down, and again, during these sessions and this chatting and everything, we really just decided to like focus on the core things in our own businesses that were the most important. And this is kind of what we come up with, all right? And this is what I've been, you know, it was 3 days, and these 3 days were just so insanely valuable to my business and to my happiness and to my life, right? And, you know, the learnings that came out of it were just ridiculous. So 80-20 analysis. So there's 3 important components that I discovered when we sat down and we went through it. We went through this 80-20 analysis. 3 very important components to this thing that you're going to need to write down. So I've got a picture of a notebook there. I hope you have a notebook, because this is the part where we kind of workshop it together, okay? And again, picture us in this new environment together, sitting down and going through this analysis, okay? So the first one that you need to write down, the most important thing, and these are the only 3 important things that you need to know, all right? Where's the money coming from? Okay, that's the first thing, okay, in your business. And the first question that you need to ask yourself, like you want this sort of lifestyle, okay? You want this, you know, you want to be like the new environment, the weightlessness, all that stuff is what you're after, okay? So in order to do that, and, you know, to live this and to hang out in cool locations and to do the rad stuff, we need to know where the money's coming from and the marketing. So I'm actually going to go through some marketing stuff with you here right now. And I'm also going to relate it to my business and talk to you about how I discovered that there was actually hidden sales in my business that I just wasn't listening to or looking at. It was literally right in front of me, and I didn't know until we had these chats and we had these catch-ups. And yeah, so let's go into it. Where's the money coming from? So what I did is I did a deep look into my actual customer list and the surveys. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flick over and show you. I'm going to turn the screen share off here, and I'm going to turn screen share onto my actual surveys. So let me know that you can see. Let me know that you can see. Can you see SurveyMonkey here on your screen? Just let me know that you can see that, okay? Quickly, because I don't want any of these technical errors. Can you see the SurveyMonkey? Just hit me with a yes. SurveyMonkey can see it or can't see it. Just let me know there. Yep, can see it. Awesome. Cool. Now I can go through it. So surveys are really important. This was a deep look into, this is people who have just kind of landed on my stuff and what I do. Now, this will relate to you in that you should be thinking about your list. And I don't care whether your list is 6 million people, 600 people, or 60 people. You should be doing a deep dive into that list, because 80% of that, well, 80% of the results and the income and the happiness that you're going to get from your customers is going to come from 20% of the people. All right. So you can see there's all different age ranges here in my email list. Okay. Which is what you'll get to. Now, if we have a look at countries, obviously the United States is massive, and then it trails off from there. Okay. So we keep going down. All right. This is just how we've organized it. We've got levels. What freedom business level are people currently at? And we'll notice that there's a lot of kind of startup people there. All right. That's interesting to note. All right. And this is just a small segment of my list too, by the way. This is not the whole picture, but it does give a good picture. All right. So we've got here, what do you need help the most with? Okay. And this is quite interesting, is we've got how to get high quality traffic to your website, building a profitable online sales funnel, and improving website conversion and sales rates. They're the top 3, okay? And what's really interesting is that understanding exactly how online business works is the lowest, all right? That is actually the lowest rated thing. And what I discovered is that a lot of my content actually follows, well, a lot of the stuff I put out for free actually centers around this understanding exactly how online business works. And I've just been going along doing this content and not realizing that what people really want is more stuff on, and I just messed it up there, more stuff on traffic and conversions and sales funnels. And I'm good at that stuff, all right? I don't build all that stuff, but it's something that I realized I wasn't covering and I wasn't doing. Anyway, that's just one that's just one little example, okay, of how I'm just switching over back to the presentation. Let me know that you can see that presentation again. So you can see that, like, you know, I'm doing things that, like, not even being aware of them, that are not contributing to the 80% of results. So what I did and what we did over there is we did a deep look into my list and surveys, all right? So looking at where the money's coming from, where the stuff's going on, and having a look. Now, let me teach you something really valuable and really, really, really important. And this is going to apply to your business as well, all right? So deep looking into, the list is really important, but also this thing as well. This is Eugene, and let me know that you can see it too, that you can get it on the screen. This is Eugene Schwartz, 5 levels of awareness. Can you guys see that on the screen? Can you see my old mate Eugene's 5 levels of awareness? Let me know that you can catch that on the screen right now. Just give me a little, yep, Eugene, beautiful. So what you can see is we've got, on the left here, we've got most aware all the way down to unaware. Okay, you can see Eugene, beautiful. Thanks, guys. We're following along. This is fun. And we're going to apply this to your business. So Eugene Schwartz, this is before we start any marketing campaign for our private clients, for us, for anything. What we've got to look at is we've got to look at who we're marketing to and their awareness levels. All right. So when you go to do your marketing campaign, is if you're only just starting, all right, if you've got a new business and a new product and all those things, you have to look at where the customer awareness levels are, all right? And I'm going to actually show you with a big example here right now on the screen. So I have to flick over again to Google because I want to actually show you live here an example of this working. Let me just do it now. So you should be able to see Google on my screen. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to look up, and the reason why I'm doing this is because here's our 10K Blitz group. And this guy here, Ben, all right, what's up, Ben? He's got his new page ready, okay, Business Cards Deluxe. And he's doing business cards. And I was just saying what's up to Michael. What's going on, man? Good to see you. He's going to Vegas. He's locked into Vegas. It's going to be good to see you there again, man. It's really good. I enjoy catching up with you. But here's his landing page built by our new system. Business Cards Deluxe, etc., etc. Okay, we see this. Okay, cool. And he's asking whether he's ready to run ads or not. Okay, cool. All right, let's keep going into this. I do have a point to be showing you all this. So if we go over to Google, and I'm going to make sure ad block is off, I think it is, and I type in business cards, and we have a look at sort of the top ads here for business cards, all right? So let's have a look. There's some guys here with business cards. All right, let's just look at, for example, this first one here, Vistaprint. Now, what do they got here on their landing page? Standard business cards, made professional by us, made personal by you. They've got the price and just the 3 things that you get. They've got the price and just whatever you get, and a couple of feature benefits there, and a customer reviews rating thing there with Google. Very minimal, not much going on there, right? And you might say to yourself, okay, this is a shitty landing page. However, okay, let me take you back to old mate Eugene, okay, Eugene Schwartz's 5 levels of awareness. And it might actually be easier for me to just put that into Google as well. Eugene levels of awareness. Okay, if we click on images and we look at the thing, when someone goes to Google, all right, when someone goes there and they type in, and they're typing in business cards, what are their levels of awareness? Okay, so if they're looking or they're Googling for business cards, chances are they're extremely aware of what business cards are, right? They know what business cards are. They know what the function of business cards is. They're pretty much sold on the business cards already. They don't need to know features and benefits and heaps of crazy stuff. And if we look at the levels of awareness, hey, what do we need to talk about the most on our landing page if we're to sell a product like business cards? We know that they're aware. We know that they've got everything. All we need to show is product and price. And what does Vistaprint do? Bang, product and price. That's all they're showing there. So how does this relate? Okay, how does this relate to your business or even my business? And again, this is getting down to the 20% of things that produce 80% of the results. And for all starting campaign purposes and your campaign purposes and your list purposes, you need to think about what level of awareness your customer has. All right. So for example, for animated videos, they might be something like problem or solution aware. Okay. Because animated videos are becoming pretty popular now. So they might be aware that there is a solution to get animated videos on their website. So then you need to focus on things like proof that it works, okay, and claims on how it can really improve their sales and things like that, all right? So where on this spectrum, okay, right now, and you can answer me in the chat, where on this spectrum are your customers and what do you need to focus on, all right? That's really, really, really crucial. Now, you know, for my customers, for example, I focus a lot of my early stuff, I have been focusing on this stories and secrets. So my marketing focuses on like how this guy quit his day job and started an online business that makes a life of freedom and adventure. And then I tell a heap of stories and how cool it is and rah, rah, rah. Then they put in their email and go from there. But what I'm not doing is I'm not talking to in my marketing, and I'm just explaining how the 80-20 works for me. In my marketing, I'm not talking to the guys who are really solution and product aware, all right? Some people are aware that they need traffic or they need more conversions. And I haven't been talking to those people and I haven't been producing content for those people. So that was a huge light bulb moment in my business where I went, oh, damn, like, I should be doing more content around traffic, cool traffic stuff. And, you know, using case studies of how, like, for example, one of our clients, I gave them one email to send out and they sent it out and it generated $30,000 of business from a dead email list. All right. That's a cool case study. I should be putting that stuff out, not the whole like freedom business is cool. Look at how cool it is to unaware people, because again, most people are aware of this stuff now. So I should be just throwing out my cool stuff. But anyway, that's how it related to my business. How is it going to relate to yours? This is enormous. Do you think this is massive? Absolutely. What level of awareness are your customers at? Now, if you don't know, okay, if you don't know what level of awareness your customer is at, what you do need to do is you need to write an ad for each level of awareness and test that. Okay, does that make sense? So in Facebook, you'll do an ad for unaware people, all right? And you'll focus on stories and secrets. For problem aware people, so they're aware of the problem that they have, but they don't know about any solutions or anything. So you want to talk about, you know, that problem, and you want to talk about, you know, how much that problem sucks and, you know, the benefits of finding a solution, and then move them through this spectrum. Then a solution aware will be different. So I just wanted to show you that. And the business card one is a great example because, again, people are aware. If they want a business card, they know what a business card is. All right. So bang, I'm sure this page does awesome. They're the first thing in Google for ads. They'd be spending a lot of money. And the other thing too, the word business cards in, you know, for Google AdWords, I'm sure is quite expensive. So that's that. Let me switch back to our little presentation. Cool. So Andre, yeah, ads for all three. You should absolutely be doing ads for all and testing ads for all, because this might find that 20% of person, right? Like that's what it's all about. Cool. So, you know, again, I've got two types of, and let me know that you can see the presentation again. I get really, because of the early technical glitch, I'm really kind of anxious about it not working. But anyway, we've got two types of people in my business that come to me for help. We've got people that are starting fresh. They have no idea what freedom business is. They're kind of stuck in their day job of doom, doing all that stuff. And then we've got existing business owners. They're the two types that come to me. And I guess I'm catering more towards fresh starts, or I have over the last 5, 6, 7 years. I've talked more to the fresh starts than I've talked more to the existing business owners, or at least the people who have built, like just like you almost, who've built a business, okay, or are building a business and maybe made a couple of sales, but you really need to ramp up that traffic, the conversions, and the automation, okay? And I haven't been talking about that as much. And this 80-20 analysis really helped me locate that and locate this, where's the money coming from? So we also have private client projects as well. And that takes up, to be honest, that takes up about 60 to 70% of our studio time. And you don't see that stuff. That's us in the background, building great marketing campaigns, building great stuff for our private clients, all right, here in the studio, okay? So that's number one, all right? That's number one. Where's the money coming from? And I wanted to put this into perspective as well. 1%, all right? 1% or between 1 to 3% is the average conversion rate that you will get for any price on your email list. If you're doing your targeting right, okay, and you're getting people, you know, to see your business, or you're getting people on an email list or whatever, you can expect a 1% conversion rate. And that is, and I've tested prices, okay? I've tested everywhere from $1 right up to, you know, $30,000 plus, okay? And that's going from, you know, people interested in freedom business at, you know, at the bottom end, and they spend $1 on a product, which we did recently, all the way up to $30,000 plus projects that we do. There are private client projects in the studio. So there's a percentage of my list that'll spend $30,000 plus, and there's a percentage of my list, and it's the same with you, there's a percentage of your list. Let me say that. There's a percentage of your list that will spend $1 with you, and there's a percentage of your list that will spend $30,000 plus with you, okay? It's up to you to decide which ones that you're going to go after. Remember, 80-20. Are you going to go after that 20% that's going to deliver you the big returns in your business? Or are you going to go after the percentage that is delivering small returns? And the choice is yours. The conversion rate, and again, I've tested this, and we've tested this over multiple industries too. Conversion rate is 1%, all right? So out of every 100 people you get interested, 1% is going to buy. So 1% can be buying at $1, or 1% can be buying at $30,000. Your choice. The numbers work. The numbers are how it is, all right? So think about your email list. Think about what you're doing right now. Think about where the money is coming from, and think about how you can 80-20 it, all right? I'm only just scratching the surface, all right, because we did so much more stuff than this. And I mean, Din's asking, so you're saying it's better to charge big? In general, I would say, let me rephrase that, Din. There is a percentage of people that will be interested in what you do that are interested in just paying a lot more money for you. Obviously, you've got to deliver the value, which I'm going to go into next, all right? You've got to package up the value. But is it worth packaging up more value and charging more? Or is it worth just, you know, keeping small and doing higher volume? I always think it's better to go for that 1%, okay? That 1% that's going to pay big for whatever it is that you're doing. So again, I'm only just scratching the surface, all right? I'm only just scratching the surface. There's more analysis that goes into this. And this is what my whole, I guess, you know, to give you a hint, this is what Vegas is going to be about, literally doing this with you and going through all of these things. But yeah, we're scratching the surface. Let's continue. Let's keep moving. The second thing, so the first thing was, where's the money coming from? The second thing is, how are we delighting the customer? Your number one goal for when you get that sale, the only thing you should be thinking about is delighting the customer. All right, not how can we produce rah, rah, rah. No, that's not what it's about. It's how are we delighting the customer. So that means delivering what the customer actually wants and needs. Now, remember, I went into my list and I saw that, a fraction of my list, nobody cares about understanding how Freedom Business works. So all of that time that I've invested in producing things that go around, or producing, things in my product that are about understanding how Freedom Business works, that was completely useless. So if we apply 80-20, what are the things, when you really go down to it, in your business, in your product, what are they really looking for? Like, if they got that, would it delight them? Would they be like, holy shit, this was rad. I loved it. So this is what we do. We do high quality, up-to-date training that delivers results. And that's massive, okay? That's what I'm all about. And as you can see here, that's almost why I want to do this presentation, is because I want to keep giving you this sort of golden stuff, right? High quality, up-to-date training that delivers results. We also have an extremely valuable and successful community, all right? So, while I'm focused on doing private client projects, I'm less focused on our awesome community, which I love doing a lot more. So that's another thing that delights, my customers, the really valuable, successful community, and pouring more energy and effort and awesomeness into that. We've also got an amazing live event. And again, every year we have this event, and every year is bigger, it's better, it's more awesome. People walk away and they're like, holy shit, I'm so glad I came to that thing. And even guys that were on the fence are like, shit, I wasn't even going to come, but now that I came, I've literally got enough things to produce income for the next 5, 10, 15 years and really smash it in Freedom Business. So we've got that too. And that's another thing that I want to focus on. And then we've got the full in-house marketing production for high-end clients, which I mentioned a fair bit. And if I was to 80-20 everything in my business, and this is what I did as well, all right, how are we delighting the customer? Number 2, I went, while I'm doing full in-house marketing and production, that takes up a lot of us, our team. It takes up so much stuff, okay, for us, and so much of our time and energy that we're not as focused on the high quality, up-to-date training. We're not as focused on the extremely valuable and successful community. We're not as focused on the amazing live event, which is like that 20% that I enjoy the most and that produces the most, value in our business. Now, in-house marketing, we charge $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 for projects. That's massive. But we're not serving more people, right? We're serving only one business, okay? When I'm doing the other three, these three, I'm serving more people, serving more businesses, and the effect, like that 80-20, the effect is compounded, all right, when I'm doing these three things. So me doing this analysis, and again, we were back in that new environment. If I take you back to the picture, we're sitting here, hanging out, doing this sort of 80-20 analysis, thinking about this stuff and doing this stuff. It is, these are the three things that really were the 80%, or the 20% that deliver the coolest stuff. All right. So I want you to think about it. Okay. I want you to think about, for you in your business, the number 2, this is what you should be putting in your notebook. All right. So you've got a page, you should have a page dedicated to where's the money coming from? Okay. You should have a page dedicated to how are we delighting the customer? That's your operations. All right. What stuff do they want more? What stuff do they not even care about? What stuff do you need to cut from what you're doing? All right. Maybe there's emails that aren't necessary. Maybe there's time that you're spending in delivering that's not necessary. Maybe there's follow-up stuff that's not necessary. Cut it all away, 80-20, but you need to delight them. What's the 20% of stuff that you do that delivers 80% of the delight for your customer? Focus on that. And then look at number 3. Where's the money going? Okay, expenses. All right, this is the third thing. This is dedicated to another page. Where is the money going? Okay, expenses. So for me, it was the office, the team, including my own wages. All right, I pay myself a lot, like everyone does. So office, team, production and operations, and marketing. These were the expenses. Okay, office, team, production, operations, and marketing. Now, So I went to 80-20 this as well. All right. Each of these things, okay. Number one, where's the money coming from? Number two, how are you delighting the customer? And number three, where's the money going? Expenses. You need an 80-20, all of these things, right? This is how the 80-20 works. And again, we're only just scratching the surface. Office, all right? When I looked hard at it and looked in the face of it, I was like, our office is costing us way too much money than it should, all right? And which is why I had that announcement in the group that we're actually closing the studio here and we're moving our operations to a much more streamlined process, okay? And when I was looking at this here too, high quality and looking at the stuff that we were doing, the up-to-date training, the valuable and successful community, and the amazing live event, that stuff doesn't really need my office as much, all right? I need to be out there. I need to be hanging out with you guys. I need to be meeting up with great entrepreneurs and gathering more information and data and stuff for you. And none of that required the office, all right? So I 80-20'd it, we've stripped it back, and we're moving forward in that way. Because again, we needed the office for the full in-house marketing, production, all that stuff. Well, we actually, to be honest, we don't really need it for that either. And there's a lot of SSM guys doing it without a cool office. But again, this is how I stripped it back. Team, including my wages. Now, our team's great. Our team's focused. We've got the 20% of the team now that produces 80% of the results. We've got great team. Production and operations, again, these are all the things that I looked at. And when I looked at it and looked at my expenses, most of my expenses were going to office, team, production, and operations. Not a lot of my expenses were going to marketing. Can you see a problem there? All right. I don't do as much marketing as I should. I'm not out there enough. I'm not doing enough ads. I'm not my expenses should be 80% in the marketing category, not the other categories. All right. So that's why it's really, really important, okay, to look at where the money is going and the expenses. And Martin's like, you could go on an SSM World Tour and meet all of us. That's totally the plan way down in the future. For now, we've got Vegas, all right? That's going to be the new sort of unveiling of all the cool stuff. So this is what we did, and this is us at The View. Now, there's my gorgeous fiancée, Kayla, who now works in the business as well. She's freaking out right now in the studio, actually. She's sitting there, and we're there making these decisions. We're there in Hong Kong. We're in a cool hotel lobby. We're hanging out, and we're making those decisions together and going through it together, all right? So we're like, you know, this is what we're doing. We were doing this 3-part analysis, all right? Number one, where's the money coming from? Number two, how are we delighting the customer? And number three, where's the money going? We sat down and we made these big, big decisions. And, you know, we sort of talked about, you know, like, okay, if we're to strip away 80% and we're to really talk about and think about what is the Secret Society Mastermind about, let's go on a trip down memory lane. This is how it started. Me in a van with a blog, running a freedom business. And like right now, this puts a huge smile on my face, okay? Like seeing the van and how funny it was and like, you know, seeing the evolution in just a few short years of how this thing is just pretty crazy. That's how it started. I was driving around in this van. I was running a freedom business and just loving it. Then we had our first SSM group trip to Thailand, okay? And this is us hanging out, doing our business stuff in Thailand on our very first SSM live meetup. So much fun, so damn cool. This is me on tour running my freedom business. This was in, I'm pretty sure this is Switzerland, all right? After we just met up, okay? And we were hanging out and doing all cool stuff. This was the image of me. This was one of those moments where I sat down at my computer and I was about to check in on my sales. And I was like, this is what it's all about. I'm sitting here, there's people walking around this laptop. They're all probably rushing to get back to their day job of doom. And I'm sitting here with my MacBook Air and running a business and we've got a community and it's unreal, all right? Oh no, we've jumped forward a bit there. Anyway, there's another image of us. That's us in Greece, all right? There's some familiar SSM faces throughout there. What a crew, right? There we are hanging out in damn Greece. Just absolutely loving life and just living the absolute dream. And, you know, we did little adventures, we were doing hikes together, we were hanging out together, just absolutely loving it. And yeah, we're all running our freedom businesses, all like the community. I guess the meetup and the live stuff, the community, it's just, that's the vibe, and that's the thing that really keeps you going, I guess. Couple more images. The one on the right, and I seem to have messed this up a little bit. The one on the right there is us in Greece as well, and this was us doing freedom business chats just on the beach. All right, and the left one there is South Africa, where we all met up in South Africa and you know, hung out, and that was us on safari actually as well. So like it really makes you feel like looking at this and looking back, and it's easy to forget. It really makes you feel like you're a part of something, okay? You're a part of something that's significant. You're a part of something exciting. You're a part of something that is extremely fun and doesn't just benefit you in terms of business and sitting there, like that's me in LA running the freedom business. Doesn't just, you know, you can do it alone, or you can, you know, you can have it as this together thing. And some of the most lifelong friendships have been made out of SSM. Here's us in Bulgaria. Again, like, look at how many people were there at the event, all just connecting, sharing business, doing everything to get their freedom business up and running and rolling and just smashing it. And this, I love this image. This is me in Bulgaria again when we did our SSM meetup, and it's real, it is possible, it is yours. All right, we need to remember that. We need to connect with that. We need to remember that this freedom business lifestyle is real, it's possible, it's yours, and we just need to get down to what it's all about. So I did the analysis and I did the strip back and I looked at it all, and I'm sure you can see how valuable it is in your business. I mean, we've just scratched the surface on the 3 categories of where it's important that you should be looking at. But for me, moving forward, because this story has been a little bit about me and SSM and where it's all going and what's all happening, for me, this is my focus now in doing an 80-20 analysis. So we're going to be doing lots of stuff on traffic, okay? Traffic, again, the oxygen in our business. And I've got so much cool stuff, case studies, examples, and workshop stuff for you to go through on traffic. Plus conversions, all right? Converting that traffic into sales, all right? That's another art form in itself. Plus automation, all right? There are 3 things that equal freedom. 80-20 analysis, these are the 3 things. These are the 3 things I'm all about. These are the 3 things that we're all about. And it's just putting this presentation together and looking at it all and looking at, you know, these are the only 3 things you need, okay? Plus, it's great to do it, you know, as a group. Have us all together. Have us, you know, yeah, as a team. It's just, you can't beat it, all right? So that's why I guess we're putting Vegas as the ultimate workshop, all right? Vegas is like all of this, okay? This is what we're putting together, all of this stuff, and focusing on the traffic, on the conversions, on the automation and the freedom. And we're going to be workshopping that with you personally, so that everyone that comes to Vegas, we're going to look at your traffic system. We're going to look at your conversion system. We're going to look at your automation system, okay? And those are the 3 things that we're going to be workshopping together in Vegas, all right? So, no, we're not doing it on the beach. We may do it in the future, who knows? But we are going to be doing it, you know, in 4 weeks, all right? And again, if you're 80-20 and you just say to yourself, you know, what is, you know, if I was to do one thing that will actually get me this freedom, all right, get me the traffic system, conversion and automation, get me this freedom in the fastest way possible, I would have to say it is, you know, in 5 weeks' time or whatever it is when we meet up in Vegas. And we look at guys like Dax, just hit my first 10K a day at my tattoo shop. In his tattoo shop, this wouldn't be possible without SSM or all the online marketing he's implemented. Thanks, Timothy Mark. And the reason why I put Dax up is he literally just, you know, yesterday bought his ticket to Vegas. And I keep seeing people show up buying their tickets to Vegas. And it is going to be that time where we do this for you. Traffic, conversions, automation, freedom. And the one thing that I didn't want, okay, the one thing I didn't want and the questions that I had, one thing I didn't want is this to be just like those other those other events. All right, those other events where you rock up and people are speaking, and you know, like you just go, okay, cool, that was a speech, and you know, whatever. Okay, this is workshopping. All right, we're going to actually go through and do all this together. And the questions you have are, is it going to be worth it, right? Like that's one of the main questions that I've been getting. And I'm just going to show you here right now on the screen. Like, is Vegas something that's going to be worth it for you to attend? Like that's the question that kind of runs through your mind, right? So like, here's the thing. We've got the tickets. Okay, cool. We've got our core speakers. Now, Patrick Kidd had him speak last year. He's coming and he's actually going to get into the nuts and bolts of his business, the e-commerce stuff that he's been doing. And more importantly, the stuff on how to meet influencers and how to connect with influential people to help you in your business. He's really good at that. So he's going to be covering that and talking about that. Simon, hundreds of thousands of dollars in his e-commerce store. Yaya, haven't talked a bit like too much about Yaya, but I've known him for years, and he's from scratch started a tech startup. He's got a team of 8 in Silicon Valley, San Francisco. Pretty crazy tech startup, all the problems and things that he's had to go through. He can see through problems so fast. Matt, Brian, I've talked about these guys. And then what like I'm really interested to show you is we've got a couple, and I'm not revealing them yet. We're going to reveal them soon. We've got some SSM members that are going to actually show you their journey, literally workshop and walk through their journey with you. And the cool thing is how it works is we'll have the presentation, okay? And mine is going to be going deeper into this 80-20 analysis. We're going to, like, again, this was just scratching the surface, giving you a little bit of an idea on how it works. We're going to be going deeper on that. And I'm also going to be, okay, workshopping it. After each of the speeches, we actually get together and we're going to move into groups and we're going to workshop this with you as well. We're going to literally build it live, all right? So if you've been procrastinating, if you've just like, it takes you ages to implement anything of value in your business, okay? If we're to 80-20 it, you're going to come out, you're going to spend 3 to 4 days in Vegas, all right? And in those 3 or 4 days and in these sessions, you're going to get more done, and especially more valuable stuff done, all right, all together than you would have got done in months of you just plodding along on your computer, watching another webinar, doing another whatever it is. We're sitting down and we're going through it, and we're actually going to do it live and do it together. So that's a big thing. Is it going to be worth it? Well, that just answers it right there, because I understand that it's, it's an expense to come out to Vegas. It's an expense to like do this. And, you might be thinking stuff like, am I going to have fun? All right. Is it actually going to be a good time? And of course, you're in Vegas for a start. You might not like Vegas. There's people that don't like Vegas, but Vegas is just the spot. It gives you that. Well, last year, what a lot of people said is it made it so real, and also their internal wealth thermometer kind of blew up. They were just like, holy shit. I feel so much better about what's going on in my freedom business. It's so awesome. And yeah, it's so much fun. Jose, there he is on the left. Jose, did you have fun last year? All right. It is fun. It is worth it. And like talk about last year, it is ridiculous. And this is actually going to be a lot different to last year. In that, again, we're actually going to workshop it. Like we're going to sit down and we're going to build it. So you're going to have to bring your laptop. We're going to actually make it happen live inside the room together. Think about the amount you get done in 3 days versus 3 months, 4 months, 5 months of tinkering around. This question, and this happens, all right? Will I like the people? Okay, and it's fine. Okay, we meet everyone on the internet. We hang out on the internet. We're cool with each other. We're boys on the internet. But am I actually going to be just bored with the people? Is it going to suck? Is it going to what's going to happen? And look, it's actually quite freaky about the whole thing, because when you meet the people in SSM and you see people above your level smashing it, and also people on the same level and beyond, you're like, oh, holy shit, this is someone that's just like me, and they're killing it. And like, it's instant friendships. And a lot of SSM guys will attest that they've met some of their best friends in SSM and around SSM. And, you know, they're always planning trips. They've got like, you know, all sorts of things planned together. And yeah, it's quite awesome. So will I like the people? Yes. Will I walk away with what I need? 100%, because we're doing it together. We're workshopping it, and whatever problems that you have, okay, if we go back to the start, okay, again, more traffic, more conversions, better sales funnel, hands-off as possible, inexpensive as possible. I mean, the investment that you make to come to Vegas is minuscule to the things that you will walk away with, and walk away with done. Remember, we're doing it while we're there. We're not like learn a bunch of stuff and run away. We're doing it while we're there, which I can't emphasize enough how important it is to just get there and go to Vegas. If freedom business is something that you want to do, if it is something that you want to live, if you want the weightless lifestyle, if you want, you know, to be doing these things and meeting up with the cool people and hanging out with the cool people and, you know, making the sales like we're making, this is the place to do it in a really focused environment, okay? In a new environment, not in your old environment with the old people that are just dragging you down, with the old, like, you know, just subconscious going through the motions, tinkering around, opening up Facebook and finding another course or another book or another, no. This is where it happens. It happens in Vegas. It happens in these conversations. It happens in this sort of workshop 80-20 environment. This is where you pull away the stuff that you really need, and maybe the stuff that's not really talked about in public, okay, for traffic, for conversions, for automation, like the little whispers of like, hey, I'm doing this cool thing. You should try this out. You know, this is where it happens at the Ultimate Workshop in Vegas. And as you can tell, I am pretty damn excited about the whole thing. So, of course, this has been extremely valuable to go through and have a look and check out what you guys are up to. But hey, like, you know, the 80-20, it's so crucial. I'm sure you can figure out, or you can see here how, you know, how crucial it's been, you know, just going through it, having a look at it. But hey, if you're hesitant about Vegas, if you're hesitant about it, if you're like, oh, I'm kind of on the fence, you've got 4 days, okay? And these are filling up too. These VIP and Platinum are pretty much full now, or almost full. You can still get there and buy them. But what this will do is, you know, for a VIP ticket, you'll also get 1 in 5 instructor workshop and access to all the presentations after the event. This one, you'll get a private workshop with me, okay, and follow-up coaching with me. So not only are we going to go through it in Vegas and workshop all your stuff, we're going to follow up and make sure that it's happened and implement it and workshop it further in the event. And we're going to have private evening drinks with me as well. That's where all the whispers happen. That's where all the cool stuff, like, oh, this is happening, that's happening. There's only a few more of these remaining, I'm pretty sure. But jump in. Look, I just know what it's going to do for you, and I know how much work we've put in the back end to make this so that you literally walk away and your business 10x, 100x's coming away from the event. So if you're on the fence, I say just jump in, go for it, do it, meet us there, and then, you know, walk away with those things that you need to really, like, literally reverse engineer 80-20 the business and just get the 20% of stuff you need to really hit the goals and to make it happen. So that's what I advise you to do. Go there, hit your buy now, grab a spot, because yeah, I don't know what's going to happen next year. I don't know what it's going to look like next year, but this year is the workshop, and if you're serious about it, that's what I advise you to do. Cool. So any questions, guys? Let me see what we've got here. We've got a few questions. Let me just go to me here. Hopefully you can see me on the screen. Been through it, gone through the stuff, and, you know, like, our team here is just like jazzed about Vegas. Diego's there. Clay, excited. He's got Platinum. It'll be good to see you there and workshop it with you. Jeff, can you talk more about the 1 on 5 private instructor workshop? Who are the instructors? So that's our instructor team from SSM. That's our team. We actually have, we've got the speakers there as well. I'm not quite sure whether they will be doing the 1-on-5. That's not confirmed yet. But for VIP, it'll definitely, you'll be getting at least one of the SSM instructors. The other thing too is the speakers, myself, and the other guys will be floating around and making sure all the workshops are going well and you're getting what you need. I mean, it's kind of like we're keeping the number, like you saw the limit for the tickets, okay? There's quite a limit on the numbers. So, you know, we're not opening this up to the public. This is SSM only, not like last year. We had big numbers last year. Very small numbers because we wanted to make it that workshop. This is not an event where you just see some speakers and run away. We wanted it private. We wanted it like, you know, we want it to be as one-on-one with you as possible. And we want to give you that vibe, like I showed you at the start, is like sitting across at coffee and like literally grabbing the pen and paper and saying, okay, here's the next steps for you. Here's what you need to do for your traffic. Here's what you need to do for your conversions, looking at your pages, and here's what you need for automation and going through and doing that. Okay, any other questions, guys? Need to win 80-20 hands of blackjack. There you go, Vegas. Cool. Wasn't planning on Vegas, Cody. Going to get the ticket after the webinar. Hey, man, you're not going to regret it. You know, I sincerely, you know, like just get there. Like, I'll see you there. All right. That's what this is all about. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun, and you're absolutely going to love it. So, guys, any other questions that you have, please hit me up. Or if you're having problems like purchasing a ticket or whatever else is going on with Vegas, again, I've just given you a glimpse. Hopefully this has been valuable for you in terms of how I looked at my business, what the importance of a new environment to actually break through that ceiling. Like the things that you're stressing about right now, I guarantee you get to that new environment and you start talking about it. Within 5 minutes, you already feel better about where things are going. You already feel better about like the action plan that you're going to walk away with and that we're actually going to do together while we're there in Vegas. Yeah, I just can't think of a better way to do this. And of course, all the fun that we're going to have too. We're looking at all the events that are happening around Vegas, like some DJ parties and pool parties and things, or nightclub stuff. We're all looking into all that. So yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to do it. So yeah, signing off for this webinar. If you do have any more questions, all right, you can always hit us up. Hit me up, tim@timothymark.com, support@timothymark.com. We're here, we're ready. And yeah, I guess the next that you're going to see me, or the next you're going to see us, is in Vegas, face-to-face, workshopping this together, having a lot of fun, and enjoying what Freedom Business is all about. Because again, even if you're not there or you're not at the level you feel like you should be yet, at least come to Vegas and soak up an experience. And just for your own subconscious mind, soak up and experience what it's actually like when you do have your Freedom Business killing it, because you'll be around people that it's happening for. You can't not help but soak that up and walk away, and just like kind of it programs you to hit it and to get there. So if you know, no matter what level you're at, all I have to say is just get to Vegas. That's my thing. Any other questions? Let me know, but this has been super fun. I've enjoyed going through this analysis as well. That's going to form a lot of what I workshop with you when we get to Vegas. But yeah, we'll see you guys there, and we'll chat really, really soon. Cheers.